Hey Virgo, thanks for checking out your weekly forecast for October 25th through the 31st. This is going to be for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you happen to stumble upon this video outside of the dates I mentioned, don't you worry, you found it exactly when you were meant to find it. But we're going to connect here and see what's coming up for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising in the week ahead. This is going to be for October 25th through the 31st, but we're not all on the same exact timetable, so you'll see the video when you're meant to. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Alrighty, Virgo. So the first card that's coming up for you, my darlings, is the Seven of Wands. Okay. Now, the Seven of Wands can come up in a couple of different ways. Seven of Wands can come up when you've overcome a lot of challenges, a lot of obstacles, and you're just kind of holding your ground. You're staying above water, keeping your head above water. And Seven of Wands says, you're doing a good job. You've come a long way. No need to do anything extra right now. No need to try to change it up. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just stay on your path. Keep doing what you're doing. Another way Seven of Wands can come up is when you need to defend your space and your territory, but in a very just kind of calm kind of way. By not engaging, by not getting involved in drama, just simply being able to just kind of stand where you are and just stay there and not get distracted. So sometimes the Seven of Wands can come up when there are people that are intentionally trying to trigger you because they want to distract you or they want to make you look bad because they want to be where you're standing. They want to be where you're at, so they want to kind of poke at you and complain about you and do whatever they have to do to get you to get upset or go off so that they can cry and play victim, or so that they can say, oh my gosh, look, did you see what Virgo did? Did you see what Virgo said to me? Oh, I told you Virgo had a temper. I told you Virgo was unpredictable. Like, they do all this to like poke you and poke you and poke you. And then once you respond, it's like, oh my gosh, can you believe how terrible Virgo is? So Seven of Wands is like, don't engage with these people. Because they're going to say or do whatever that they can do to distract you or take you off course. You might also have people that are coming in and acting like they're concerned about the decisions that you're making, or, you know, they want to help you with what you're doing. But really, it's like they're picking an argument. This isn't about talking to you and figuring out what's best for you. This is someone that's imposing their will. So they might come in and be like, well, let's talk about this. And they might be acting like they care. But it's like they're pulling you back down to where they are. You can't have this new life, Virgo. You can't make these changes, Virgo. You have to stay here, right? So it can be trying to pull you back down. And so you need to stay where you're at. Don't get off your little hill. Don't go down there, because it's going to be hard to break away from everybody again. So don't get distracted. Don't get pulled into drama. Just keep moving forward. Keep doing what you've been doing. You're doing good. You're on the right path. Your next card coming up here, my dearest, is the World. Haha. And this is a major arcana card. So major arcana cards are going to come up anytime that we're at a significant new chapter, anytime that we're coming into a big change, and the things that we're experiencing are directly connected to experiences we came here to have. So these are going to be soul contracts, significant soulmates, significant milestones in life, accomplishments, overcoming obstacles, things we came here to experience. So when we're in this kind of energy, these energies are going to be around for a while. Okay, so even though I'm setting the intention for the 25th through the 31st, it might be starting the 25th through the 31st, but it's going to be around for a while. And the World card is beautiful because the World card tells us the old karmic cycles are done. They're behind us. We've passed whatever tests we need to pass. We've learned whatever we need to learn. And now is the time to be seen, to be appreciated, to be celebrated. There's an element of the World card where we're falling in love with ourselves in a non-narcissistic way. We're comfortable in our own skin, and we feel worthy and deserving of all these good things, just as we are in the present moment. Sometimes when people are trying to manifest their dream life, they're seeing, like, when they visualize this dream life, they're also visualizing like this bizarro alternate universe version of themselves, some ideal that they have of what they think is perfection. And so then we're telling spirit, okay, well, here's all the things I want, and here's all the things I'm trying to manifest, but I don't deserve them until I look like that version of myself, until I'm that version of me. So until I get to that version of me, keep all this stuff away from me. But when I'm that version of me, go ahead and lay it on me. We need to know that right now, in this very second, in this very moment, however you are right now, whatever you think is an imperfection, whatever you think is the flaw, whether it's physical, whether it's something about character or personality, regardless, you are worthy and receiving right now in this present moment. There's no need to be bizarro world universe of Virgo, version of Virgo, right? You can be you right now and worthy of it right now, and allow ourselves to receive. So when the World card comes up, there's this element or this aspect of, here I am, you lucky people, take it all in, because you realize what you're bringing to the table. You realize your worth, and you realize that you deserve to be celebrated. You deserve to be appreciated. You deserve credit for your work. There's also an element with the World card of travel. So some of you may be traveling. Maybe somebody doesn't want you to travel. Maybe you're getting ready to take a job elsewhere, and there's people discouraging you and saying, Virgo, you really shouldn't do that. You really shouldn't move so far away, or you really shouldn't, you shouldn't take that chance because, they want to try and put fear in your head. Stay where you're at. But you might be feeling very guided to do this. It's time for me to expand. It's time for me to seek out bigger opportunities elsewhere. See what else is out there in the world. Some of you might be preparing for travels, and you might have people telling you that they don't want you to travel. Maybe some of you are traveling because you're wanting to meet somebody. Maybe there's a romantic interest, and they're telling you, oh no, Virgo, you should just give up on love. Love isn't for you. Or, it's going to be such a disappointment. You're going to spend all this money and all this time, and you're going to go out there and be like, oh my gosh, this person's a loser. Like, I feel like they're putting this negativity in your head because they see you about to take off, and they're like, well, then you're going to be gone, and they want to have you around. So in a weird way, it's because they love you, but it just feels to me like very discouraging, very negative energy, because they see that you're taking off. You're going out there. You're embracing your freedom. You're experiencing or exploring your options. And I think that this is scary for the people around you, for some of you. Your next card that's coming up is the Nine of Swords. And this doesn't surprise me, because we have these positive energies coming up, and then all of a sudden, bam, here's the Nine of Swords, right? Nine of Swords is representative of worry, fear of the future, anxiety, and it's definitely one of the negative ego cards. Anytime we start going into big changes, the negative ego hates change, even when the change is positive, even when the change is going to bring us happiness. Negative ego hates any kind of change at all, positive or negative. And so the closer that we are to big changes, the louder the negative ego becomes and tries to discourage us and tries to tell us to push this away or to give up, or all of the reasons why this isn't going to work out, all of the things that are going to go wrong. Negative ego can come down very hard in that way when we're on this threshold of massive change. So the Nine of Swords reminds us that even though these fears are possible, like they're logical fears, they're not irrational fears. These are things that could actually go wrong. Nine of Swords reminds us that just because it can go wrong, it doesn't mean that it's going to go wrong. Also, this is a card about balance. Balance of alignment and balance of faith. So even though the negative ego is throwing all this discouragement at you, that this is going to go wrong and this is why this isn't going to work and that's not going to work, you can take this as a gift to make your plans more solid and more secure. All right, fair enough, negative ego. You're right, those things could surely go wrong. But let me think about this. What is something that I can do right now that could possibly prevent this thing from happening or going wrong? And what are some safety nets that I can roll out to protect myself or deal with the situation in case it does go wrong? What are some ways that I can protect myself or be ready for a worst case scenario? What's a good plan B? What's a good plan C? Maybe you want to go all the way to plan Z. Feel free, right? But then you can be like, all right, okay, now I feel ready. Now I feel prepared. And then that's how we align. That's how we come into alignment. The way we come into faith and surrender is then we take it up to higher power, to God, universe, higher self, whatever terminology you want to use. We take it up to God and we say, all right, God, here's all the things I'm really worried about. And I'm asking you, please, I'm begging you, right? If it's in the best and highest good for all involved, please, prevent these things from happening. And please help me to have such and such result. If for whatever reason it is in your will for these things to happen, I ask that you help me and guide me through them quickly. Navigate me through them quickly. Show me the way. Okay? And then that way we can just kind of surrender. We do everything in our power and we leave the rest to what is meant to be and what we're meant to learn and what we're meant to experience. And so when we do this, we have a perfect balance. Nine of Swords wants to warn us a little bit because it says that you might be coming into a self-fulfilling prophecy. You keep saying, oh, they're going to hate me, or oh, I'm going to mess this up, or oh, this is going to go wrong. And we keep putting that out there and we shoot ourselves in the foot. We'll do something subconsciously to make it happen. We'll pick a fight with somebody. We'll make a massive mistake. We'll do something so that the opportunity is gone. And like, oh, see, I knew it wasn't going to work out. I knew it wasn't going to work out. And that's the negative ego. And this is what's so frustrating to me, Virgo. This is what makes me so frustrated. Having the Nine of Swords come up to the World card next to the World card is so tragic for me. Because Spirit is telling me with the World card, you're ready to receive. You've done the healing. You've done the hard work. You've stopped accepting less than. You've stopped settling. And now something higher is here. But the negative ego is freaking you out and scaring you and not allowing you to move forward. And that to me is creating a sense of limbo. You've done all this work to just stand still. You've done all this work to just sit there and live an uneventful life where the drama is behind you, the chaos is behind you, you're not dealing with it, you're not putting it up with it anymore, but you're not going to replace it with better. You're just going to live in the ether. You're just going to live in the limbo with nothing happening. Why? That's so tragic. To overcome so much to live a life of boredom. Why? So instead of fighting the negative ego and giving it more power, here's your opportunity to use it to your benefit. And say, all right, I'm going to be ready and I'm going to move forward. Thank you, negative ego. Thank you for giving me things to think about. All right, now I feel more prepared. Now I have a plan. And focus your energy on what you want instead of on what you don't want. Some of you, the Nine of Swords is coming up because people don't want you to make these changes. And when they see that you're making them anyway, they're acting like you're being selfish. They're acting like you're being greedy. But if people truly love you, they should want you to be happy. Your next card coming up here Ooh, haha. I knew I could have faith in you, Virgo. I knew you'd come out of this. We have the Six of Wands. So there's going to be that moment of fear. There's going to be that moment of weakness, that moment of anxiety. But Six of Wands is telling us you're snapping right out of it. You're overcoming, you're conquering it, right? And you're like, all right, I'm back, right? Return of the Mac. I'm hearing the song Return of the Mac. I can't remember who sings that. Oh my gosh, but I'm sure I might be, dating myself here. But, those of you who are of a more mature age, I'm sure you remember that song. Although I think it got sampled or remixed in like a recent song not too long ago. But I'm hearing the song Return of the Mac. And so you're getting your confidence back. You're getting your groove back. You're believing in yourself and you're overcoming these challenges and obstacles, right? So Spirit is saying that negative ego sure is giving you a gift, because those of you who prepare, you're coming into victory, right? And the Six of Wands is a swift victory. And what's so interesting to me is, as I look at this card, obviously the angels don't have like a physical appearance like you do or like I do, and they don't have genders like you do or I do, because they're spiritual beings. They are spiritual beings, right? They don't look like people. They don't have physical bodies. But this makes me think of a lot of like pictures and drawings that I've seen of Archangel Uriel, okay? And his color is orange. And look at this big old flowing orange cape. And Archangel Uriel is all about shining light on us, helping us to be seen, helping us to be acknowledged, and helping us to overcome obstacles, helping us to overcome challenges quickly and effortlessly. So to me, it's like, I feel like this is coming in, and Uriel is like, Virgo, I'm with you. I've got your back. Which is really funny, because I have a Virgo placement and I lit an orange Uriel candle just very recently for some specific things. So this is basically saying, Virgo, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm here right now. So maybe some of you have specifically been working with Archangel Uriel, and he's like, I'm here. Maybe you don't even know who Archangel Uriel is. He's here anyway. He's still got your back. He's still with you. So even though there's going to be challenges ahead, even though it might be a rough road ahead, even though some of you know there's people in your personal life who aren't going to be very supporting of the changes that you're making or the direction that you're going in, Uriel is telling us it's going to balance out. They're going to get over it. You're going to get over it. It's going to be fine. Right? You're going to overcome the challenges and you're going to come out victorious. How beautiful is this? Be sure to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos, Virgo, because sometimes your moon sign or rising sign will resonate more than your sun sign. Or even though it's a general reading, checking out your moon sign and rising sign brings in a little bit more personalized energy for your specific placements. So it could bring in some extra messages that can be helpful. Those of you who want a private reading, I have the link in the description, calendly.com/amethystangelite. And some of you have been super sweet and reaching out, wanting to send tips or donations or something for my birthday. You don't have to. You really don't have to. But if you feel moved to do that, it's my email address through PayPal, which is amethystangelite@gmail.com. And I'll have the PayPal link. It's I think it's paypal.com/amethystangelite. You can I'll have that linked as well. You can send donations or tips there if you're feeling like you want to do that. Don't forget to check out the love readings for October. Those are linked in the description. Love readings for November will be up soon. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. See you in next week's video, guys. Take care.